Hey everybody, it's Omni Respiratory Flux, call me Flux for short, or whatever you want to call me. And in the last episode, we made it a little bit further into the volcano, having a few very dumb levels to get through, but we made it. And in this episode, we're gonna try and finish up the last two levels of the main story path before the final boss. Level 8-6, Moving Melters, which... I don't know, it's an accurate description of what the level is going to involve, I believe, but it's probably not one of the better level names in the game, honestly. It just seems so weird for a late game level, even with the melting part kind of fitting with the volcano atmosphere, but it just sort of seems like such a... It's such a weird name for a level. Also, I'm noticing I have a tendency to be really bad at doing things like early on in the video. Also, I feel like this barrel is supposed to be useful for something. But, oh yeah, that's a puzzle piece. It just sort of is there. But yeah, as the level title suggests, the main gimmick here is you have these stone platforms that kind of move around, like move through the lava, and things that just sort of melt and sink in like that. I love how the columns are just sort of sinking into the lava and just sort of slowly melting into nothing. It's kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time. Also, I still haven't gotten Diddy Kong in this level yet, I believe. There he is. Ow. I also believe you can beat those enemies that you're typically supposed to blow on. I think a barrel will beat them too, but okay. Okay, that balloon kind of went away. This puzzle piece, that's kind of easy to die trying to get that one. Just a little bit. Also, again, wow. Again, I kind of mentioned how the mid to late game worlds kind of made a point of having the checkpoints ending up being a little bit more generous because the levels were longer. So you had checkpoints that were now like positioned at like thirds of the level, or even quarters rather than halfway, or well, roughly, because they're never really exactly. It never exactly splits the level in half. You can say it roughly does, but it doesn't really make any definite midway point. Also, what you have to do here is just kind of keep jumping across these wheels as they roll. You can wait for the coins. It's honestly not worth it, especially because of how useless the banana coins are at this point in the game. If you already have 900, like I already spent a bunch of them on maxing out my lives before the last world boss, and I still have I've gotten right back up to like 990. Okay, I'm just gonna speed up through this to get back to them. Yeah, because dying right at the pig, just because you're technically able to get you're definitely able to get that puzzle piece without dying. It's just like the second one, actually. It's just really annoying. Okay, the timing in this level feels, I mean, we're dealing with lava, so this is kind of almost a bad pun, but it feels kind of fluid, which is ironic because lava, despite flowing and being technically liquid, is actually a lot more solid than cartoon lava tends to appear. Cartoon lava tends to be a lot faster at flowing than real lava is. From what I have never personally seen real lava, like except in pictures and like, okay, I've seen video footage, but I've never personally seen real lava, and very few people have, well, seen it at any kind of close range. And because you have to be so far distant, because it's just the temperatures required to melt the rock are just so high that It's like being anywhere near lava would pretty much instantly start to, like, burn. And especially because of the... It's like, especially just because of, just the large amounts here. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong should be, like, on fire right now. Like, I made that comment before, too, but... It's just kind of... Like, hold on. Wait, this is a... That's definitely a thing. Yeah, you can blow into that. That is the weirdest access to a bonus room I have ever seen. And at least the checkpoint is right there, so you can kind of try it again if you fail, but I still don't want to have to do that because it's backtracking. Oh, for crap's sake, really? Well, like I said, you can start right from here if you, whoops, die. If the checkpoint had been starting to come out and yell at me about needing super guide right there, I would have honestly been kind of annoyed and yet amused. Also, please tell me that it actually, okay, yeah, it does let me try it again, even though I tried it before I hit the checkpoint. I pressed the jump and it didn't jump. That is pathetic. At least I made it kind of far on that roll. Okay. What? Okay, can I actually start not sucking at video games? I really should not be recording like at 3 in the morning. But my recording sessions have become slowly later and later because I've never been like comfortable actively recording during the day and my schedules have been varied and... Yeah, I can make a lot of excuses, but really the simple truth of it is I've been lazy. But... Really, again, one, I should probably just give up and just say, okay, I'll do this off camera, but I don't want to do that because that feels just so... Okay, I'm just gonna actually try, and if I die again in the rest of the level... Oh, this part is interesting. You have these fireballs that are just kind of flying at you. And you have to sort of dodge all of them while just sort of riding them over and climbing to the top to keep from sinking further. Oh, geez. Yeah, it's a matter of knowing where the safe spots are. Also, yeah, this is the only puzzle piece I have left is this one right here. And also, this bonus area takes a really obnoxiously long time to access for just how close to it is, because you have to wait for the platform to rise all the way to the top before it actually registers. You can't just jump into a barrel. But also, have I said before how I hate doing this particular type of the bonus room, especially with how the especially with how I'm trying to commentate, especially because they keep doing things like that. Okay, finally. Also, the other thing is, it's when you're actually getting to like the actually trying to blast into the middle for real, it can be pretty hard to actually do that. Also, I feel like that's a weird thing for the super guide, because it actually forces you to get the N. You cannot beat... I don't think you can actually beat this level without getting the N. It's kind of weird in that sense. It's like you can't not get the N. But using super guide will also definitely make you miss out on the G, which is... Okay. I would be on fire there. Also, well, okay, that was close, but weaving through all of this is kind of crazy hard. I forgot about that. It doesn't necessarily look hard if you just watch someone do it, but having to remember, like, where the safe places to stand are. And also, it's auto-scrolling. I just kind of realized that. It's like, it seems kind of obvious, but it wasn't really super obvious to me until I thought a little bit harder about it. This is an auto-scroller segment. Okay, that was weird. Again, I just don't know what to say in the auto-scroller. In that auto-scrolling segment there. It just sort of is weird. Like, you just sort of have to jump around and you're constantly focusing because there's danger from literally every angle. And some of the things that are flying through seem like they're kind of trying to be guides. It's like, oh, you can stand here and be safe, but they're not foolproof. Okay, you know what? It's pretty much at the end here, so okay, yeah, you don't have time to wait around for that, and it just sort of brings you over to the barrel, which is kind of weird. But no, there were a lot of points in that level that were just kind of weird, but it wasn't really that hard. I think I remember some parts of this last level. This last level in the game, barring the last K level and anything post-game, Red Rising, which is... It's hard to not think of that name and think of not make a Red Riding Hood joke. Like, it's just sort of weirdly close to it, but not. It's like it's not trying to be a pun on that, but yeah, it's sort of weird. And the gimmick here is like platforms like popping out of the lava. Also, be sure to like roll jump if you need to get distance, because especially if you don't have hover, because hover is one of those things in this game that you tend to rely on when you have it, to the point where it becomes difficult to maneuver when you don't have hover, if you're thinking that you have hover. Also, get the K. Get this. And again, some of the... Okay, I guess I'm kind of mixing up the level gimmicks here a bit personally, because I keep getting confused and thinking, oh, okay, so that's five puzzle piece level, but I keep thinking the platforms that are already out are gonna like start sinking, like that one is, but this one doesn't. So this one, you actually have a chance to time your jumps a bit better. These platforms do start sinking though. I'm wondering if these platforms sinking like this is a sign of like coming volcanic activity. Like, not even just in the game context, like in real life, would lava behaving this way, would like things like sinking, would everything like being like this, like those platforms would not be popping up out of the lava though. Like that is purely fiction. But I wonder how much else of the rest of this is actually somewhat similar to how actual volcanic activity might begin. And also, this is kind of where the actual name comes in. Like, the things popping out were just kind of the prelude. Prelude, I believe, is actually technically how it's supposed to be pronounced, but who gets that fancy anymore anyway? Also, I love how that Tiki just kind of went under the lava and never came back. But no. And I'm guessing, like, most of this is fairly inaccurate. Like, nobody really tries to make video game levels scientifically accurate. Well, sometimes it can, I guess I can see it happening sometimes. Like, depending on what the person trying to make the game is trying to do. Like, it's not impossible. It's like, I wonder if there are any games where the people making them have, like, actively researched, like, what things do to, like, show some work as to, like, what would happen if this happened. Like, try to make things behave realistically, or make a level gimmick that's around, like, some obscure but realistic thing that's associated, like, say, like, volcanoes, for instance. Like, obviously, any level based in a volcano is going to ignore, like, the laws of convection and such. But, because that's kind of inconvenient to making lava a threat to your platforming. Also, this, like, burner thing here is kind of weird. I think you can... Okay, there's a coin, but I was expecting a puzzle piece, which there's one here. I don't believe that's one. But no, it's like, I wonder if there are any, like, video game levels that have done, like, people create video games where the people making the levels have, like, done active research into volcanoes to try and make, like, the actual volcanic behavior as realistic as possible. I don't know. It's like, on one hand, I could see how that would kind of be a waste of effort, because it would have to be... I would rather have a level that... If I could only have a level that was fun to play, or one that was accurate, I would take one that is fun to play. Like, scientific accuracy in a fictional work is cool. Also, I'm pretty sure that's every level in this world I have had the checkpoint pig come and try and yell at me. And I honestly feel kind of ashamed of that, because it's not like these levels are all that hard. It's not... I have gotten through maybe not all of these, but a good chunk of these levels without having checkpoint pig show up at all. But no, it's just sort of... Okay. Being in a hurry at this part is kind of, like, frustrating, because you have to wait in time. Because these things, the fireball obstacles, behave not randomly. Also, I have to do that just because... Okay. That was on me. I was being a little too hasty there. But no. Because the fireball enemies in this part of the level behave on a regular pattern. What doesn't appear to be so regular is, like, it's fixed but not regular, is, like, when they appear. Like, there's a pattern. Well, like, there's, like, a specific pattern that they take when they appear, and, like, of when and where they appear, but it's not like it repeats. Well, or if it does, it's not a perfect repetition. Like, you can kind of just pay close attention, and the lava doesn't rise quite as fast here as it looks like it would. But yeah, see, it's like it's kind of repeating on intervals, but it's not like it's extremely precise. Like, I mean, the intervals are... I'm trying to look for the words to describe what I'm describing, and I'm picking all the wrong ones that, like, describe exactly different things. But no, it's like... It's not that it's irregular. Also, don't get too fast and miss that puzzle piece. You have to, like, be timing your bounces perfectly there. Can I... Okay. I'm gonna die here, probably, but I need to... That's really just a coin. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna die, but I at least did get a puzzle piece. Also, there's a barrel, which I believe is... Also, the checkpoint in this level is, like, very close to the beginning, compared to the bulk of the level is just in this rising section, which, I mean, the level is called Red Rising. This is what that is referring to, not the platforms popping out. That was just kind of a weird semi-gimmick for the level, I guess. But also, I'm getting the feeling that there was a bonus area in the beginning part of the level that I missed. So, I get the feeling that's where the last puzzle piece is going to be, because I have 4 out of 5 now. But yeah, I'm just kind of hopping along trying to climb up to the top here. No, what I was trying to say is, like, it'd be neat to see, like, a video game where they made, like, as close to an accurate volcano level as they could manage. Again, having to explain away the
not getting baked to death by convection currents. Okay, or jumping straight into a tiki to die. That would also be nice if I could not do that. I think I'm keeping my cool a little bit better this episode. I hope I am, but this is still pretty hard. And I'm betting the next episode is going to get some weird stuff on it too, which... Okay, again, that was entirely caused by me jumping before I knew it was safe to jump. And jumping when it's not safe to jump is kind of hazardous to your health. I mean, that was a ridiculously obvious sentence if you really think about it, but... No, I don't really have a whole lot more to say about this level. Like, my mind is honestly starting to draw a blank. I've, like, gone on all my tangents that I could think of. I can't think of any new tangents to go on to replace them off the top of my head, because I feel like my mind has just been kind of, like...
I feel like that's a problem with, like, having to repeat the level so many times is... Okay, also, do not slow down, because there's the G, and, yep, I missed one puzzle piece. And it's probably right at the beginning. But, with that, we've actually completed every main level in the game. And with that, we've also unlocked the final K level. And the final boss, but that's a different matter. We're not going to do either of those. And again, I feel like I should remember this, but I'm going to... Squawks. And with that...
Yeah. Squawks will let me know where this is. I don't know if I should even bother cutting away because it's still, like, going to be really early on. Yeah. Yeah, I figured there's something with that, like that. Okay, because yeah, there's a light that sort of shines from above. Okay, wow, okay, so I see that. That's actually a little bit weird. Like, if your timing is a little bit weird, like, you saw that thing launch. You're supposed to kind of... Okay, you're supposed to, Okay, that's actually... I've been so quiet because I've been trying to figure this out, but I think I've actually kind of figured that out. And that's really kind of weird. You have to do this, and then jump back onto there at the right time, because you can see, if you pay close attention, it kind of bubbles a little bit. But no, that's the last secret, that's the last bonus area in this game. None of the other levels that exist in this game have any more bonus areas than that. And with that, let's just not even bother trying to land the barrel again, just get the puzzle piece. Good grief. But, yeah. And I have to go through the whole rising section again, so I'll cut away and see you at the end of that.
Okay. That didn't take nearly as long as the first time. But... yeah. That was quite a level. Got 2 more quite a levels and a boss fight as well. But we will handle the last K level and the final boss. Hopefully in the next episode. Maybe I'll have to split those up. But until then, this has been, is, and will continue to be Somni Respiratory Flux. I will see you next time for what could quite possibly be the finale of Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns.